It could have been named anything else. Why does it have to be a reboot of Good Times? Why does it have to be a reboot of Good Times? Why just could have given this show any other name, and it could have been the same premise with the same message and the same storyline, and it could have worked. What's going on, y'all, man? So today we are going to do a reaction, bring some awareness to the new Netflix series that's coming out April 12th. Reboot, an animated reboot of Good Times, right? It's a lot to unpack on this, man. I'm gonna share the whole trailer. I'm gonna pause it a lot, you know what I'm saying, and talk over it and give you my thoughts in different parts, just so I won't get hit with that, right? And I'm also going to share trailer via Renata Shepard's, the showrunner for this series. I'm gonna share from her Instagram page, and I want to share from Instagram page, and I also want to share the reaction that people was leaving under the comments, because there's a lot to be said as in the comments as well, right? So we're gonna have a little bit of fun at the end of the week. But before we get into that, man, here on Broken Traditions, we're about breaking away from traditions of toxic Black culture. If you into that kind of content, you have that kind of mindset, please join us. And by joining us, that's hitting subscribe, join the Patreon, signing up for the newsletter, checking out my website, and put your email into the website so I could directly contact you guys when I do live streams, posts, giveaways, and when I drop merch, and, you know, keep you guys informed of what's going on with Broken Traditions. Also, I leave a link in the pinned comments to the website so you guys could sign up for the newsletter via my website. Appreciate you guys. All right, man, let's get into this Instagram post from the showrunner Renata Shepard, right? And before we get into that, man, I want to also note that the executive producers of this, which is wild crazy, a crazy motley crew of characters, is Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy, Norman Lear, who got credit for the original Good Times, which is a problematic issue within itself because, you know, people saying that he stole it from somebody, but that's another story for another day. And NBA champion, 3-point NBA champion, MVP Steph Curry, right? Don't know how that came about, but that is the the crew that executive produced this. And like I said, Renata Shepard is the showrunner. She's the wife of Devon Shepard, who's also a writer in Hollywood, right? So they do have their bones in Hollywood. They have their connections in Hollywood, and they're part of a lot of different content that's out there. So I think that, you know, this show was coming in good faith. But let me give you the backstory of it, right? So you see like this project building. This is the descendants of, you know, James Evans from Good Times, right? This is descendants of James Evans, and they still living in 17C in Chicago with the project. So they never progressed. They never moved up. They still living in the projects from 1970s all the way to 2024, right? We're talking about a 50-year run of them still living in the project. So let's get it going with this trailer. Like I said, I'm going to pause it a lot just because of copyright strikes. And like I said, I'm using this from the Instagram page instead of the YouTube page. And hopefully that can help me combat some of the copyright infringement, right? So let's go.
News.
Let me guess. The state called and they want to cut you a disability check for your face.
Hold up. You can get paid for that?
This is from a fool who stares at his orange juice every morning.
It says concentrate on the box. Who the dummy now?
Shit. Me for not wearing a condom.
All right. So we already see the stereotypes. So I'm saying you see the past due bill in the fridge. You see the you hear the dumb analogies of don't know the difference between concentrate from juice and concentrate from actually concentrating on something with your mind. So we see the stereotypes already playing out, and we see the regret of the father for having his child, right? So people are already feeling like this is problematic. But let's continue on.
Shadows fall over my heart. It all started with my grandfather, James Evans. My job as the man of this house is to take care of this family.
So like I said, this is a descendant of James Evans. This is his grandson, and they still living in the same apartment that James Evans lived in. So you got generations after generations literally living in the projects, which is a negative stereotype that's within the Black culture. So they try and tell me that the people of Good Times couldn't find their way up. They couldn't pull themselves up. But unfortunately, I guess they could not because they still in the same apartment or the same projects or the same housing unit. But let's continue on.
No matter what. I just want to let you know I'm going to take good care of Gray.
Man, who is
So like I said, this is the crew of the executive producers: Stephen Curry, Norman Lear, and Seth MacFarlane. Now, if you want to do a show, I mean, these are the executive producers. I guess they put their name behind it, they money behind it, and Norman Lear being somebody who was a part of the original Good Times, whether you like his capacity of being part of the original Good Times or not, he was a part of it. And he gave his blessings, and I guess he was like kind of like in the back end of the original Good Times. So that's why the executive producers that I think also, from what I understand, they gave Norman Lear executive producer because he recently passed away. So kind of like an honor to Norman Lear as well. So that's that. But I don't know, Steph Curry and Seth MacFarlane to be a part of an animated series about being in the projects. I don't think neither one of them know anything about being in the projects, especially Steph Curry being a son of an NBA player and becoming an NBA player. So, but you know, let's continue on.
She come with me.
Junior's repeating the 10th grade for the 3rd time.
Is there anything you can suggest to help him get to the drive-thru?
Can you do OnlyFans? Take off your shoes. Let me see what kind of feet you work.
So you got the teacher with cigarettes in her blazer, drinking, hair coming out her face, suggesting that this young man do OnlyFans. There's other ways for people to graduate. You could do like alternative school, you do Job Corps, you could do all these other things, but this teacher suggests OnlyFans. I guess that's just a joke. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm taking it too literal, but I digress. Let's carry on.
with.
I take you to the dark side.
Dear Black Heavenly Father.
College Redeemer.
So now you got the mother praying to Jesus. I guess that's also another play on the original show because Florida Evans always prayed, you know, to Jesus and all that in the original show. And now you got the mother with this blonde wig looking like Joy Reid from MSNBC when she got that blonde wig on. Like, I can't stand when Joy Reid with that blonde wig. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like a little shot at Donald Trump, but I digress on that. But you got the mother with the blonde wig or the blonde wig or blonde weave looking all crazy, praying to the black Jesus and not the white Jesus with the white Jesus picture thrown on the ground. Let's continue on.
If you could just help us.
Son, it's for you.
New phone. Who this?
So you got Jesus in heaven playing Xbox or PlayStation 5 with his homeboy. Like he got nothing else to do. Like he just some gamer. But let's continue on.
Black everything.
At least they ain't got that drug dealing baby under my roof no more.
Man, my mouth ready for some milk right now.
I guess it's supposed to be the Stewie of the situation since this is, you know, Seth MacFarlane. This is the Stewie, but the Stewie is, he got a souped up Hellcat stroller, a souped up Hellcat stroller, a blonde Caesar with a part in it, cuts in his eyebrows, ready to wild out, diamond earrings, and he sell drugs. Let's continue on.
Dalvin, why are you so breast obsessed? It's childish, man. Bruh, I'm a baby. I can't get no more childish than that. In a nocturnal state of mind.
Your neighborhood is a real shithole.
It's the system. They put the guns and drugs on the streets.
So I guess now this is the reason for the show, right? I guess it's the reason for them to talk about the guns and the violence and the things that's going on in the projects, right? You see, they put the guns in the street. They put the guns into the projects, and now they literally shooting at each other out the window into other project windows. And I guess this is suggesting that a lot of this stuff is implemented by the government and how we have to pull ourselves up out of this and become better. You know, I guess that is the message, but let's continue on.
This is getting dangerous. I won't just sit back and...
Oh, of course, you got to have the police brutality. Got to have the police brutality. So as you can see, it's a young black man, not sure if this is his son or not, but this young black man is being confronted by the cops, and the cops just now turn off his body cam. And if you turn off your body cam, that means something's about to go down, right? Now, if you are in law enforcement, you know, let me know in the comments, is there a way to turn off your body cam? For what I understand, there is not a way. It's not used by police. You know what I'm saying? No, excuse me. It's not controlled by the police officer. It's something that's like kind of remotely that works. So remotely that works. You don't have no control if you could turn it off or on. But I guess for the reason for the show, that this cop turned off his body cam and this kid looked hella worried now. But let's continue on.
Let you put yourself in harm's way. I love you too very much.
Everything black.
The revolution will not be televised.
There's another part I want to pull up with this young lady, but you could tell who this young lady's about to be about, right? Fist raised in the air, African medallion earrings. You could tell she probably should have had a septum ring. I think they missed the point on that. But you know that stereotypical, overly wokey woke black girl that probably in some college institution that's trying to change the world and want to do protests and get upset about everything they see on social media. But let's continue on.
Come on, Rosa Parks, can't you just enjoy this?
So these are the people that's a part of the show. JB Smoove, Yvette Nicole Brown, Jay Farrell, Slate Johnson, Marshai Martin, I think I'm saying that name right, Marshai Martin, and Wanda Sykes. So these are the voices that's on the show. So now you got the person with the money machine throwing $10 bills at the baby. So this right here is literally about $70 that's getting thrown at this little child right here. But let's continue.
We're just as good as the Evans of old.
So, of course, you got to have strip club culture. You got to have the blonde wigs. You got to have the BBLs. You got to have all this stuff going on stage that's over-sexualizing black women. Why wouldn't you? And you see the white people loving it. Whatever this... I don't understand the context of this. I guess you have to watch the show to get the context of this. But this is very interesting as well. But let's continue on.
Isn't that just dynamite?
But the truth is, we're the Evans of new.
Bitch, you look like money.
So now, like I said, more over-sexualizing a black woman. Now you see this dog looking at this woman getting doggy style literally from the back, and yeah, more over-sexualizing black women. Why wouldn't it be, right? That's a regular scheduled programming that is on television. So let's continue.
What about the struggle?
We're black. It'll be here tomorrow.
So, of course, we got to over-amplify that black people struggle and we can't come up with over nothing. And this is 3 generations of black people living in the project. So they have that negative mindset. They have that identity that they can't come up over nothing and everything they want to do is impossible, right? I'm not saying it's not harder. It could be hurdles, but it's not impossible. But they do have that identity that they can't come up after projects and they got to hustle and struggle and strive after 3 generations.
Everything.
And this is the picture of the family. All right, so you guys seen that, right? Let's go to the post. Let's see if we go to the post.
I haven't.
Let's see if we can freeze that. Go to the post, and I want to show you guys some of the comments that people said and left on this page, because people are very upset about this, and people should have the right to feel upset about this, rightfully so. So this comment right here, this is so disappointing on every level and truly dishonors the people who made up that family. 4 generations later and still in the projects from a family that was ambitious, purposeful, and conscious. That backdrop could put them anywhere. Choosing this is damaging and intentional. We have to do better when we tell our stories. Let me like that. I'm gonna start liking stuff in real time. I'll give you guys that. People saying to wait till the show drops. For what? To get more context why the show has so many negative stereotypes? Another like. Damn. This is deep. My soul hurts after watching this. If this was done to Seinfeld, Cheers, or I Love Lucy, white folks would be canceling their subscriptions, not circling their calendars. Anyway, congratulations to you and to the hundreds of people who were employed. And congratulations. This is right here is big right here. This is a minstrel show, nothing like the original. When I saw Seth MacFarlane sign on this as a producer, I know it was going to be minstrelly. Just look at this anti-black jokes on Family Guy over the years. What you will see happen in the next few weeks is that we will be gaslighted into thinking that we are in the wrong for giving this show a chance when it really should be thrown in the trash. This is more Uncle Ruckus than Huey Freeman. Hashtag the Boondocks. Okay, so Tanya Michelle, she's here for it with the white praise hands and the hearts. Okay, so this is the comment I want to get to, I want to leave off with. This is Devon Shepard, actually the husband of the showrunner Renata Shepard. Not only have I watched it, I also had the pleasure of working with him as well on All About the Andersons. We have had problems with buffoonery, not satire. What we did was not buffoonery. I get sometimes that the intent could be lost in the trailer. We addressed several important topics in the show. I ask that you check it out, and if you still don't like it, that's fair. I appreciate the dialogue. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a good way to end that post, right? And I want to go to this post right here. So this post right here is of the girl that I told you that should have the scepter ring, and you know, the Black Power girl. She says this right here. This is a line from the show. Just because I haven't desecrated my face with economically exclusionary cosmetics in an attempt to serve the fetish desires of an oppressive Caucasian patriarchy doesn't make me any less of a woman, from Gray Evans. So you seen that, you heard that, man. People are not feeling this, man. People are not feeling this, rightfully so. It does look like straight buffoonery, but it could be a message behind it. There could be some real dialogue that comes from this, but I think a lot of people will not give this a chance. I think this is going to be a one season. And I want to go back to one of the comments, like, you know, we're not seeing Seinfeld reboots like this. We're not seeing Cheers reboots or I Love Lucy reboots like this. Why had, like, this show could have been named anything else. It could have been Times Are Good. It could have been named anything else. Why this had to be a reboot of Good Times? Why this had to be a reboot of Good Times? Why this could have given this show any other name, and it could have been the same premise with the same message and the same storyline, and it could have worked. But they had a reboot as Good Times. Get Norman Lear a part of it. You know what I'm saying? You know how a lot of people feel about Norman Lear and what he's done. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. And I don't know, it just felt real tone deaf. It felt real tone deaf, but perhaps it is a positive message within this show, right? Perhaps it is. Perhaps there is a message, but knowing how Hollywood works, knowing how these shows work is something that's overly amplified. It's not the real experience to me as being a Black person. It's that same stereotypical, we got to struggle, we can't figure nothing out, we got to fight this white supremacy. I just think that's what it's going to be about. And I'm not really here for it. I don't watch too much TV anyway, so I wasn't planning on watching this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, Unstructured Conversations. He may watch this. If he watches this, I may get his point of view about it, but at the same time, I'm not here for it. I'm not gonna watch this. You know what I'm saying? This is not my cup of tea. I'm not their target audience. But you know, I just wanted to bring some type of conversation awareness to what this is. And I want to get you guys' opinion about it. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments, man. I'll meet you guys down there. Also in the comments, like I mentioned before, I'll leave a pin link to my newsletter or to my website so I could directly contact you guys when I do live streams, post content, when I drop merch, when I do giveaways, anything that I've got going on with Broken Traditions. I'm just an email away, right? Also, if you guys really like this content, you could become a channel member either through YouTube or Patreon. Either way, I put the links in the description so you guys become channel members. If you wish to do so, I greatly appreciate it. All right, man. Till next time, peace. Real Rat Ron is signing off. All right, later. One. Also, if you're into this kind of content, please consider hitting subscribe and check out this other video YouTube suggested. I didn't suggest it. YouTube did, and YouTube do not lie. All right, peace.